Alright guys, welcome back to my NFL predictions, which have been really bad, but then again, this NFL season's just been a complete clusterfuck of who the fuck knows anymore. Like, literally, it's been so up and down, like, even the best people who are the best in the business at predicting these sort of things are like, we don't fucking know either. Like, we generally don't know what the fuck else to do, so... Let's get started with a new NFL week predictions. Let's kick things off with tonight's game. The Steelers taking on the Vikings. Steelers and Vikings, two wildly inconsistent teams. Vikings, you got a loss to the Lions, and you're playing a team who tied with the Lions. I am going to give this to the Vikings, and I'll tell you why. I have no faith in the Steelers. I think they just got off. They won by sheer luck. And that the Ravens, I knew, would probably shit the bed, even though I did pick them. TJ Watt is going to be a beast on defense, but the Vikings have this weird thing of where they win and lose, win and lose, win and lose. Like, yeah, they've been on this win-lose streak, so I think I'm going to give this to the Vikings. It is going to be home, but it's an uphill battle for playoffs, Vikings, so this is a game you kind of need to win to get that 7th seed. Following that, we have the Saints taking on the Jets. Saints, you have a cupcake schedule, and you are playing hard for that 7th seed as well. So you kind of need to win the next few games if you want to have a chance. And I'm not saying like lose one and you're out. I'm saying like you got to win every one, and you are playing a very easy, winnable schedule here. But after that shit show I saw last night against Dallas. I mean, not last night, but last Thursday against Dallas, I was like, bruh, no. No, bruh, no. But the Jets are a beatable team, so I'm going to give it tentatively to the Saints. They should have Alvin Kamara back, but Taysom Hill's out. I think they're going to go back to Trevor Siemian. We'll see. Saints, if you lose to the Jets, it's like, that's it, season's over. Anyway. Next up, we got NFC divisional game between the Falcons and the Panthers. This is actually a tough game to call, actually. This is going to be a tough one to really predict, because this is, both teams are wildly inconsistent. Falcons are kind of on a win streak, and I had hopes for the Panthers when they got Cam back, and Cam played so well, but after seeing him getting pulled, I was like, I think he's washed. I think he's done, so... But who the hell knows? I think they're going to start P.J. Walker. Falcons, oddly enough, you are still in contention. Weirdly enough, you're still here, and you're still in the playoff contention. I'm going to give this slightly to the Falcons, because I think like their defense is actually playing up, and they did take it to Tom Brady's, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yeah. So I'm going to give this one to the Falcons. But again, this is a game that could easily swing either way. Next up, we got the Seahawks and the Falcons. A tank bowl! Houston, you're the first team to be out of contention for the playoffs. Seahawks, if you lose here, then your playoff dreams are just officially dead. But you did win. You did beat odds and win against the 49ers. So I'm going to give this one to the Seahawks, although that offense and defense have just been so shoddy, and your draft picks are just non-existent, so yeah. Although I do feel bad for your safety, who you had lost in that horrible neck injury. Like, Jesus, no one should have that. But I am going to give this one to the Seahawks. But this is a game, if they lose the Texans, that's bad enough, but like this will more than likely knock you out of contention for the playoffs. Anyway, moving on to the Raiders versus the Chiefs. Raiders, it's the annual mid-season collapse for you guys, isn't it? I kind of, I knew what was going to happen, even though I picked you guys against Washington. I was like, I got a feeling they're going to collapse here. They kind of need to right the ship here. And they could, still, but I don't see that happening. Chiefs are back on, playing up to potential, but that defense is still god-awful. So I'm going to give this one to the Chiefs. Although, I don't know if they deserve to be like, the whole AFC West is like, it's literally like, who the hell knows? It's literally like that moment. Next up, we have the Ravens and the Browns coming off of a bye week. This is a game you're playing again. This time you're in Cleveland, Ravens. This is a tough one to call because, again, like, both teams have been wildly inconsistent. It's really hard to see who could come out on top in this one. This is going to be a tough one. Like, this would be a tough one because both teams have just been really bad lately. Like, they both have been really bad. And thanks, by the way, Ravens, for losing to the Steelers, because now you've given the Patriots the number 1 seed. Fuck you. All you had to do, you literally could, all you had to do was, like, I understand, like, you wanted to do a ballsy move to win the game with that 2-point conversion, but you were way too, like, banged up on that offense to even try that. I would have tried the gamble for the overtime. Anyway, so I'm going to give this one to the Browns, but Browns, you're also, like, in the doghouse as well, literally. I know you're in the dog pound, but you guys are clinging on to hopes for a playoff spot at this point as well. So this is a game you kind of need to win. So hopefully that bye week righted the ship, and you guys can at least try to snag that 7th seed and fight for it. Next up is the Cowboys taking on Washington. Cowboys, you guys had a close game with the Saints. And now you got to play. Now, the Washington's been actually on an upswing lately. Like, they're now on an upswing, and they're tearing ass through the AFC East. As are the Eagles. Giants, you're the Giants. Stay in the basement. This is another one that's going to be tough to call because Washington is their defense is now, like, playing up to potential. They're riding high on a major win streak, and as I've always said, divisional games are always the tough ones. Like, the divisional games are always, like, really close, always bring out the best in both teams. And Washington could win this. I am going to give this tentatively to the Cowboys, but I would not be shocked in the slightest if Washington wins, and they could get that wild card seat. Like, there's a chance. If they keep playing like they have lately, they could win they could snag that the divisional game. I mean, the divisional lead to the Cowboys. So, Cowboys, you gotta curtail Washington right here and now. You gotta keep on. You gotta fight because the Eagles and Washington are still in contention to possibly get a playoff spot. So, if you want to be the dominant force of the division, you gotta get your shit together. I know that Saints game was a good, morale boost, but yeah. So I am giving this the Cowboys, but I do think this is going to be a good-ass game. Next up, we got the Jaguars taking on the Titans. Titans, I hope the bye week helped, guys, because that was brutal. That was really brutal. Jaguars, you're the Jaguars. So I'm going to give this one to the Titans, but, divisional games, as always. Anyway, next up we got the New York Giants taking on the LA Chargers. Giants, for some reason, you guys are still here. Chargers, you guys are wildly inconsistent on every angle. I am giving this to the Chargers, but at the same time, like, I would not be shocked if they choke this game and give it to the Giants. You kind of need to win this game if you want it to stay in the playoffs, because now we're reaching the end game. We're down to the last 4 weeks of football. So, you kind of need to win here, guys. Chargers. Anyway, Lions and next up, our next game is the Lions and the Broncos. Lions, congratulations on your first win. I don't mean that sarcastically. I'm actually very happy for you. And against the divisional rival. So, I am very happy for you guys, but I don't think that happiness is going to last. You guys got incredibly lucky, and I'm happy for you. You guys are going to keep the number 1 draft spot, so, look forward to that. And the Broncos, you guys couldn't even walk away with 3 fucking points after burning the entire second quarter against the Chiefs. You could have made it closer if you made a goddamn, field goal and made it more of a game and made it closer for the Chiefs. But seriously, what the flying fuck happened at the end? Whatever. I'm giving this one to the Broncos, but wouldn't it be so funny if they got, like, the Lions got their second win? But then again, they would probably lose their number 1 seed, and then the Texans would get the number 1 draft spot. Lions, but then again, Lions, you are getting, like I think 6 or 7 draft picks in the NFL draft this next year, so it won't be a total loss if you do win, but I don't see you winning. So, next up, we have the 49ers taking on the Bengals. Bengals, you guys had a heartbreaker against the Chargers. And the 49ers also had a loss. These guys, this is another game that is going to be fun to watch. Like, I think this is going to be a close game because both teams are fighting for a playoff spot. The Bengals are still they're still in contention for a playoff spot. 49ers are fighting for a dear life in the next few games for a playoff spot. I think they're still in contention if the playoffs had stopped now. But yeah, I am going to give. This is going to be a tough one to call. Like this could go either way. Like really, this could go either way in terms of the game. So, I think it's going to be the 49ers. I do think they are, like, it is going to be the 49ers, but I actually am still hoping the Bengals make it in, too. Like, I think the Bengals, the way they've been playing, they are definitely probably going to get a wild card spot. And if they want to prove that they deserve it, I think, they proved it twice against the Steelers, but, like, if they really want to prove they want to win this, they got to come out swinging after that loss against the Chargers. So, yeah, I'm going to give this one to the 49ers, but I would not be shocked in the slightest if at any point, like, the Bengals win. I'd be happy for them. I'd be actually really happy if the Bengals won, but I am still giving this to the 49ers. So anyway, let's move on now to our next game, the Buffalo Bills and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Bills and Bucks. Bills, I understand that Foxborough was not a fun place to play. I'm well aware that, you guys played in basically a blizzard. But what the hell was that? What the hell was that game? Like, no, I'm serious. Like, what in the great good fuck was that game? I don't know what to say to you. Like, Bills, like, I guess if you just take out Josh Allen, you take out the game. Like, what the hell? So, Buccaneers, you're no better. Like, you don't have Antonio Brown. Your defense is shoddy. Tom Brady looks very mortal these days. So, and despite everything I said about the Bills, I'm going to give it to the Bills. Reason being, they still have a very strong offense. I can't fully blame them for the Patriots' loss. And I do think they are going to be very pissed and also want to take out their rage on a former Patriot because Tom Brady lorded over them for so many years. So I think the Bills are going to be like, we lost to your old team. We're going to take it out on you. But Bills, if you lose this time, I'm just not going to have any hope for you. I'm just not going to have any hope for you whatsoever for the rest of this season if you lose here. You have got to make a statement that you deserve to be in the playoffs. And to do that, you have to win against the Buccaneers. Anyway, moving on to our Sunday night game, Packers and Bears. Is this even like a contest, really? Like, there's no real contest, right? Like, I know divisional games are close, but, like, the Bears are, like, what the fuck? The Bears are, like, literally, like, it's a garbage fire. And you're not getting a lot of draft picks, and they're all going to the Giants, so, it's a literal garbage fire going on right now. Yeah, I'm giving this one, it's the Packers, obviously. The Packers. There's, like, I know divisional games are, like, close and all, but, like, this is not a game. Aaron Rodgers still owns you, Chicago. Next up, we have the LA Rams taking on the Arizona Cardinals. This is going to be a hell of a Monday night game. This is going to be like a legit, really good Monday night game. This is not only a divisional game, this is a game that the Rams have to win. They've put all their chips in on the line, and they gotta win this. Cardinals, you are fighting, you've got 10 wins, and you're fighting for that number one, you're fighting to keep that number one seed away from the Packers. So, yeah. And by and large, everyone else. So, yeah. Also, I'm going to be really pissed, side note, backtracking the Bucks, I'm going to be irrationally pissed off if our Super Bowl is the Bucks and the Patriots. I'm going to be so goddamn angry if it's the Buccaneers and Patriots. I'm just going to be so goddamn angry. Anyway, getting back by... I don't even think I'll watch football again if it's Bucks and Patriots, because it's like, who the fuck cares anymore? Because it's just going to be Bucks and Patriots for the rest of our lives. Fuck that noise. Anyway, let's move on to the... so getting back to the game, LA Rams and Cardinals, this is a close one. Like this, I do think this is going to be quite the game. But Rams, you got to show your legitimate, getting Von Miller, OBJ, all of that. You have got to win. If you want to hold on to a playoff spot, you have got to win. You got to win here. But I am giving it to the Cardinals. DeAndre Hopkins and Kyler Murray are healthy again, and they're going to be looking to make a statement. This could go either way. This really could go either way. But I am giving this one to the Arizona Cardinals. But we'll see what happens. Like I said, this season's been very who the hell knows anymore. So there you go, guys. That is pretty much my Week 14 predictions. Anyone watching this can be yeah, just comment below, let me know. And once again, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I will see you next time in the Multiverse.